Hi and welcome to InFocus. This is Jabbar Al-Obaidi. And this episode, we're going to talk about something, it's imposed on us, but we have to do it, which is, as you see, the three of us here were with me through Zoom. This is a new reality. We have Gloria Moran with us and also Evelyn Pilates. Both, they have contributed a great deal to this new things. We call it a mask. And this is from close. We're going to speak about it and we're going to take it off so we can speak more comfortably. But it's really highly recommended that you use it when you are out in the, whether in a grocery place or a pharmacy or in the street where you cannot control the social distancing. You cannot be apart from the crowd. It is important. It's not just about me as an individual, it's about others. So I think we should be able to show some care. I know it's my body, that's true. My face, that's true. It's my own health, that's true. But remember, we don't live just for ourselves. We live to help others and others who, the loved ones, probably your neighbors, probably your students, probably your doctors, probably your co-workers, everybody is around us. We should think of them as very close to us. It is really a kind of social responsibility with some level of ethics and moral. So, my friends, thank you so much for joining InFocus. And tell me what did, I know you have a workshop. So let's talk first about the workshop and that idea. How did it come first? And then why all of a sudden, creatively, you started to make this thing, we call it Max. And it's really nice, it's very soft. It's two faces, so yeah, Gloria, you want to start with this?
Well, I think Evelyn should start with the dresses.
Okay, fine. Evelyn, you take the lead, please.
Okay. 2 years ago, I met Gail McCarthy, who's a librarian in West Bridgewater, and she is part of a international organization called Dress a Girl Around the World. I love to sew. I talked with her. I learned about the organization, and I made a couple of dresses. I brought them to show Gloria and Sue Ladd, and we decided that that was something we needed to do in Bridgewater. And from that time on, for those 2 years, we were able to make about 1,300 dresses to send around the world and even in our own country to girls that had never had a dress. There were a number of women that stepped up to do this because they too loved to sew and wanted to do something that would help others. So after the 2 years, all of a sudden, this COVID-19 raised its ugly head, and we realized that we could very easily transition into making masks to help people protect others and to also helpfully protect themselves. So we did that.
So we started.
We started. So go, Gloria.
So we put out the word to the sewers and told them our plan. And we really didn't have a big plan, but we did have material. We did need elastic, which was donated to us. We are just incredibly grateful for rolls and rolls and rolls of elastic that has been donated. And the women stepped forward. Once we had all of these masks created, we needed a way to collect them. So Evelyn contacted the senior center and thought maybe that would be a good place. We could be socially distanced, but we could also collect the masks. And Emily Williams was very gracious to say, yes, pull into the parking lot. Well, the first time it was a little chaotic because we really didn't know what we were doing. We have Denise Shepard there taking care of monitoring people to go in to pick up all of this wonderful material that's been donated that Evelyn cuts faithfully day after day after day.
As
And
usual.
yes,
As usual.
and her son David and his wife Karen have been measuring and cutting yards and yards of elastic. Sue Ladd took the role of traffic director. So after a couple of weeks, we had this down pretty well. People would pull in. I had a laundry basket that they would dump their bags of masks in. They would park, pick up their material. If they had questions, Evelyn was there to answer questions. And then they would pull out of the parking lot. Denise would keep people 6 feet apart and only let one person go under the canopy at a time. So it really has been an incredible, incredible adventure. We've made, and well, we have a few more, but we will have sent out over 4,000 masks. And they have gone to, actually the Bridgewater Police Department requested some, Mass Correctional Officers needed them, hospitals, nursing homes, Evelyn, other places we've done.
Well, visiting nurses, we've done visiting nurses, hospice nurses, actually people in their homes who were very susceptible to any type of disease, and we would actually provide for them and their own families in their own home. We actually have sent a good number of masks out to Arizona and New Mexico, to the Navajo reservations out there. And then
Long Island.
And most recently, we had a request for a reservation right in Long Island. And they needed masks. So we were able to get probably over 200 to them.
So Evelyn, how many actually women or men? I don't know. Mostly our friends, women, they did this.
They are the women are the ones. Although my son helps to cut the elastic.
Okay. No, I mean it's fine. I mean I miss my job as to iron things.
Well, I was just going to say
for sure. But I mean I wonder. I wonder how many people, how many sisters were involved in this, and how many pieces they were able to produce a day or in a week or something. It's very interesting to know.
Well, our largest collection was 738 masks in 1 week.
In 1 week?
In 1 week, but they averaged between 300 and 500 a week that we were collecting. And we also have donated them to the Soup Man and to Joanne Brindley, who takes them to the homeless in Brockton. There's been a huge need over there. And we just sent 550 masks between the two of them to Brockton homeless this past week. And my porch has become the collection zone. People drop things off that are finished if they didn't get to drop them off on the weekend. And then we have two wonderful women, Becky Cordero and Denise Shepard, who have been our runners. And they pick things up on my porch and deliver them to places that have requested them.
Wow, that's really wonderful. Tell me about this really noble movement. You went and you provide this to the homeless in Brockton?
Yes.
How many?
Once Brockton required masks for everybody. Then I am in touch with Joanne Brindley, who, by the way, crochets sleep mats for the homeless out of plastic bags. But I was in touch with her, and she said now the homeless cannot go out to get donations or food because they have no masks. So we provided her, I think the first week with over 200, and then later on more than that. And then was it yesterday? She picked up another 200, Gloria?
She's going to get them on Monday, but we've probably donated 800 or 900 masks to Brockton. And she said the problem is they really don't have a way to wash them, and they get filthy and they need to be replaced. But she has a new spray that she's going to use that's been approved, that she can spray the masks and hopefully decontaminate them a bit. It's not the same as washing them, but
can I also tell you, Jabbar?
Yes.
They have no access to any running water there. They can't go into bathrooms in like restaurants or buildings because they're all closed. So they have no toilet facilities, as well as no way to clean themselves or their masks.
That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking.
How
come where is the authority in Brockton from this?
Well, the Soup Man has created a van and brings portable showers. He's done it in Brockton. He's also doing it up in Maine. I think he's gone to Providence, where they have the dignity to be able to take a shower. He's done wonderful things with them in bringing lunches. So this is all working together for people who are in any type of situation.
How do they deal with it now?
How do they deal with what?
Yeah, with cleaning themselves, their food. I would like to hear more of this and then connect it to the mask, because this is what you did. This is a very it's really my heart is just raising, because we need to go back to our humanity, and then
we do,
So yeah.
I just heard from Joanne. In fact, I have an email that she sent me about the fact that they have no running water or toilet facilities. And in it, she said one of the women that she works with has actually bought buckets and the noodles that you use in pools.
Yes.
And cut them up and put them around the top rim of the bucket so they can use it as a toilet. Now, is that ever the most primitive thing that you can imagine? And it's in a city right down the road from Bridgewater in Massachusetts in the USA.
I'm telling you, this statement is going to make news.
I hope so. They at least should, the city or some way, they should at least provide them with porta potties. Something.
I agree.
I mean, to talk about lack
of... It's inhumane the way they are living.
It is.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, yeah, go ahead.
One of the other things Joanne told me, when she first went into Brockton with our masks, she had them all spread out in the trunk of her car. And the homeless could come and choose the one they wanted. And she pointed out to us, which I had never thought of, when you're a homeless person, you get no opportunity to choose anything. These people were so excited to look through these masks and choose one that they particularly wanted for themselves. And she took photos of them with their masks on, and they told her why they chose the one they did. And it made me cry to think that we have so many choices in our world, and these people were thrilled to pick out a simple cotton mask.
Yeah.
And we still are not satisfied with whatever we have. And those people just, they don't have choices.
None.
You provide them an opportunity to feel themselves again, say, okay, I can select something, choose something.
Yep.
This is an incredible story.
You
Now,
really need to meet her. I know she's
I'd be honored to meet her with both of you.
I would love to bring her to one of your programs one time,
Please.
because as an example, when she makes the crochets, these plastic bag sleep mats, it takes 400 to 500 bags to make one mat.
Mm.
And they bring them to the homeless.
That's
So
really,
we'll make arrangements.
You know, I mean, that's a beautiful story when you kind of contributed to them unexpectedly. So as COVID-19, perhaps, I don't know if you can, come with some analysis to this, perhaps in some way pushes us to go back deep into our sanity and humanity, and then to extend hand to help others. What could you elaborate on this?
Absolutely. With the Dress-A-Girl, we found it became such a wonderful community. Many people had not been out and socializing, or had lost a spouse, or had just not been able to be part of a group. And this became such a wonderful, wonderful venture. The senior center, Lorraine Carraza and Emily Williams, both were wonderful to provide the space. The United Methodist Church provided space. You were there ironing with our Mandela scholars. You know how much fun they had making the dresses. But it became like the old sewing bee, the community of women coming together, laughing. We would have people coming in. We don't do it with the masks, but we did have it with the dresses, where the women come in and finish some dresses, and everybody stops, and we have show and tell time so that they can show these wonderful dresses that they've created. And there's a bond that has been created throughout the communities. And it's not just Bridgewater. We have people in Easton making masks, people in Middleborough, people in East Bridgewater. It's just amazing how this has just spread. And we also had a request through one of the women in Easton to make surgical caps, because the surgical caps were also needed. And she gave me the pattern, and I've created some of those. I didn't realize it was even a need. So I've become a surgical mask creator, a surgical cap creator.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is in the midst of something that is so horrendous, has brought joy.
Innovation and creativity.
Yes.
Innovation and creativity. That's what you've been doing, really. You know, I mean, speaking of the dresses, I mean, I know I saw them in Amman in Jordan, and then also in other places, because you remember the 3 journalists, they came, and
yes,
they really did a very good job with that, because they went and reached out to the needy families, and they gave them the dresses. So that's really nice. So now, how about Bridgewater as a town? Did they, the residents, did they also express an interest in getting some of the masks, because they don't have that?
Oh, yes.
Because the first few weeks, everybody was, struggling with finding, actually. You go to Walgreen or go CVS. I mean, of course, we don't blame them, because that's first we should go to the people who work in the hospitals on medical center, because those are the front liners, and we need to protect them. So I wonder, was the public need within the town of Bridgewater?
Yes, I think everyone that made masks has donated numerous masks to friends, family, a neighbor. Sue Ladd's neighbor has taken many because she's in the medical field. Evie gets requests after she posts on on the Bridgewater residents page, calls me, gives me the numbers, and then people pick them up. And then they get them and say, somebody else will say, oh, where did you get those? And they told them, and then we'll get more orders. It's been people reaching out to help people.
And the other thing is that we don't sell them. And people are quite amazed when they contact and they say, I need some masks. How much are you charging? How many can I get? And whatever. And when I tell them, we give them away. The only thing it's costing us is our time. Everything else has been donated, and we prefer to give them away. And they're quite amazed. And sometimes they insist on making donations. On occasion, many occasions, I've suggested to them that they donate to the food pantry, because the food pantry is struggling at this time too. So some donations have gone to the food pantry. Sometimes Gloria finds an envelope on her porch with either a check or cash in it. And at this point, we're just putting it aside in case we do need more things. But so far, everything still has remained a donation to us, so we can then donate the masks. Gloria brought some to the international students that are on campus.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, I had a meeting with Chang Hauer, and she took a whole pile of them over because they're in the dorms.
Yes.
Until this past week, they're starting to move out. So they were very, very thrilled to have them.
Of course, it was a shortage, and for a reason. So what do you have any expectations from, today is May 29th, and almost partially reopening of towns, cities, and the state in general. I see some products coming back to the market outlet, like in the pharmacies and other places. Do you have any projection for the need in terms of what you're providing?
Well, this past week, we've been discussing together, the team, I call us, because the requests have almost stopped entirely. So we have decided that as of this weekend, we will stop making the masks because Gloria has a good supply at her house if we continue to get some requests. So we will probably now go back to making dresses. And we look forward to that too.
I'm glad you make this announcement on InFocus.
Yes, yes. So I'll be back to cutting fabric for dresses now instead of masks.
We did have a request this morning. I just dropped off 50 masks to the senior center, and we still have material. So if requests come in, we will put out the word that, we need 50 masks or we need 100. People are still willing to make them. They're willing to pick up the material, and we won't put this aside completely. If there is a need, we will be there.
So it's a kind of two line of productions.
Right.
And we don't know what's coming for the fall. I mean, there are a lot of things on media that say we could have a regeneration of this COVID come fall and winter. So we're very flexible, Jabbar.
Um, well, I mean, this is amazing. This is a great story. What, tell me, how do you feel about it actually? You know, like when you have a moment for yourself and you think about it, what do you feel? How, how the experience, what did the experience actually uh, taught you, you know?
I just feel joy that we're able to do something that's making a difference, because you feel very hopeless when you're in your house and you have no, you look to the future and you say, what is our future? And the fact that we have something to do and that we are producing something that is being used, there, it makes your heart swell.
Yeah, thank you. I will in a few minutes because we're about to finish. Yeah.
It has uplifted me. I am never bored because all of these women have been busy, busy, busy through the whole time. And yet we're still at home. And most of us are seniors. So it has really uplifted me. As Gloria used the word joy, I would think under all of the stress, the joy is topmost.
Thank you so much. It was a joy actually conversing with you, Evelyn and Maureen, Gloria, because this is, and we are proud of your contribution, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of the people that got benefited from, including myself, from your mask, which I'm gonna put it here so we remind ourselves this is important. To always keep it on,
Yeah.
to protect others, right?
Thank
So,
you, Jabbar, for
yeah,
having us on your program.
thank you
Oh,
so
like
much.
the flag.
Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good day and be safe.
You
And
too.
you know, remember all the people that they are really serving us. You know, from hospital to the police to the pharmacies, to groceries, to whoever, you know, do this. Thank you so much for everybody is putting themselves out there for us, and we should also reciprocate and at least show some love and respect. Thank you so much, and stay safe.
Thank
You
you.
too, Jabbar. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.